G'day folks, Tony again here for more Star Control 2. Dear viewers, we have just been talking to Admiral Zex. He has told us to go and try to find... Well, the Zokvot pic just disappeared. That doesn't bode well. Oops. Yes, told us to go and find a particular creature that exists in a star system or constellation, and gave kind of a transcribed description of it. Now, what you can't see here on this star map is the constellations themselves. I believe those were drawn on printed maps that shipped with the game. And in terms of the description of the constellation, it is, I believe, in fact, referring to the Lycus system, which is all the way up here. That is an awfully long way away, and you will also notice that it is on the exact opposite side of the gigantic Ur-Quan space, within which the Zokvot pic just disappeared. Anywho, the Pecunker all the way back here in the corner, I assume they're going to start moving back again shortly. But a couple of other things that we will be able to do. I believe Delta Gorno, which is somewhere down here, was the star system that the Shafixti are in. There it is. Those, of course, are the race that we're trying to get the Shafixti maidens from Admiral Zex for to try and coax them into the Alliance. I guess we can head over in that direction when the Pecunks start moving again. But the other thing that I thought we might be able to check out at this stage is the star system that the Yihat mentioned to us, where the Mycon were hanging around an awful lot. Now, the coordinates of that system were 639.5, 231.2. So it's going to be somewhere around about there. There it is, Beta Brahe. Possibly named after Tycho Brahe, who I believe is a mathematician. I might be misremembering. But that doesn't seem too far away. Maybe that's worth our time. We have plenty of fuel. We have plenty of crew. We don't have a ton of ships, but hey, you only live once per save game. Let's go and give that a try. Zoom. So presumably, because we're heading in this direction, the Yihat did mention the Mycon, so we may be about to meet aforementioned race, who we have not met in this playthrough before. Right. The other thing that I am, of course, concerned about is I do believe that the Melnorm said that they were going to clear out. There is something of a time limit to this game, and I think we might be pushing our luck here a little bit. Of course, back in the old days, if things went a little pear-shaped, you would roll back to a previous save. Of course, I don't want to put everyone through me having to play more and more and more of the game over again. So let's just say that if we do reach a point where the game kind of concludes, or we hit a fail state, then that may kind of be the end of the Let's Play series. Okay, so the system here in the middle has a bright red orbit ring, so that's probably the thing that we're looking for. But before we go there, I'm just going to do a little bit of scannage and possibly collection from these other planets, because it is looking like we're going to have a decent load of stuff to take back to Earth, which we will inevitably do. So let's think about this in terms of what we know from other races that we've spoken to. We know that the Cyrene had something go really, really wrong with their planet kind of becoming unstable. It seems fairly similar to what we've heard talking about with some of the things that the Mycon have been doing. So I'm imagining that these things are correlated, and that there is going to be something in that mix that presumably is going to allow us to recruit the Cyrene into the new Alliance of Free Stars. Of course, I could be wrong. It has been a very long time since I played this game. Ow. I thought we had... Oh, no, we don't have the protection from inclement weather yet. That's alright, we'll just do this collection anyway, because some of this stuff is going to be fairly valuable, and others will just... Whoops, I missed it. So I'm getting slightly better at collecting things just from looking at the mini-map. Sorry, from looking at the overall map. Lost a few folks there. So yes, it has been quite a while since I played this. I don't remember the exact details of things, but that does seem to jog something in my memory of the Mycon being somehow involved in what was happening to the Cyrene. How bad is this Category 5 stuff? It's looking quite reasonable so far. Oh, and it's delightful earthquakes, which we have protection against, so that's nice. Alright. Grabbing all the things. Slowly improving it at being able to do eyeball collection, where I don't have to look at that bottom right hand corner. Of course, it helps that we're able to move faster, and it also helps that we're not having to constantly worry about damage avoidance, because I don't even have to look at those earthquakes right now because they don't affect us anything near the way that they used to back at the beginning. Chlorine world, that sounds delightful. It's got some fair deposits of stuff on it. And no biologicals on a chlorine world. How surprising. I'm being very presumptuous there, of course, in terms of my assumptions about physiology of said creatures. I'm sure it is entirely plausible that somewhere out there there's something that's like, chlorine, I love it. Certainly not the kinds of microbiological critters that we have on this planet. Otherwise, we wouldn't chlorinate our water to stop ourselves from catching nasties. Alright, where to next? We're going to leave that inner planet to last, of course, because that seems to be where a lot of the stuff is happening. What am I doing? Wrong way. This little grey world looks promising. Please be overflowing with awesome. Selenic world. I think we're out of luck. That appears to be correct. So we are going to save the game. Just in case we end up making an unwise choice, if there is some sort of dialogue to wrangle with here. I wonder what a Mycon sounds like. Considering that I still have a bit of a cold, I suspect they're going to sound an awful lot like me. An ominous, glowing red planet with a red orbit ring close to a sun. And there's the sound that we know and love. And those are indeed a whole bunch of Mycon ships. Kind of look like glowing eyeballs, and that's not an entirely inaccurate assessment. All right, let's converse. This is a special place filled with Juffowup, but it is not the source. Juffowup springs forth from 6 to 8, but that thing. We must not allow this place to be soiled by the non. You must go now. Hey, what makes this world so special to you? Juffowup is the power of life. Hot warmth in the cold void. It flows through all things, binding them together, making them one. You are non-Juffowup. You cannot understand. Below is the pod of Juffowup, there for 1,000 centuries. When we are cold, the pod opens and warms us. When it is dark, the pod clenches, and lo, there is light. You are the non. The pod is not for you. You must leave. We'll just be going now. Be gone from our special place. So there you have it. Clearly the Mycon have done something to the planet to make it more quote-unquote livable. And they did give us, oh, here we go, some combat. Slow Landro, I'm assuming. Yes, indeed. Let's get straight into that. And here we go with the dank. I'm not even going to move. I'm just going to shoot you. Take that. Easy money now that we're a little more powerful. All right. So I sort of misread or didn't entirely read the star coordinates there correctly, but I believe that the first one was 629 something. So if we can find something here that seems to match those coordinates, that seems promising. Then maybe we'll find something there. Let's go and have a quick look and see what happens. This does look promising, doesn't it? So I'm going to assume that that planet in real close, the red planet in real close with the red orbit ring, is probably what we're looking for. Let's just save the game again, because we're going to try a little bit of tricky maneuvering to get into some of these other planets maybe, and have a quick squiz at them. I don't know if that's entirely wise, but hey. They're going to come out? Yes, they are going to come out and talk to us. Hey, how you doing? Let's converse. We are part of Juffo-Wup. Juffo-Wup is the hot light in the darkness. All else is unfulfilled void. The source of Juffo-Wup is at... Yep, that's where we are. Thanks, we are the Mycon. That's a late introduction. Nope. Mycon, please try to understand. We wish peace between our peoples. A single spore lands, finds nourishment in decay, and attains maturity. In turn, it exhales a cloud of life. 1,000 spores land, so progresses Juffo-Wup. Don't trouble yourself, I'll see myself out. Juffo-Wup fills in my fibers and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues. Uh-oh. So we're going to be fighting some Mycon. This is going to be fun. We may have to do a reload, but at least you'll get to have a little bit of a taste as to the madness of the Mycon, because they sure can shoot a lot of stuff real fast. We're trying to use our zappiness here to... oh, come on. Oh no, we're doomed. Trying to use our zappiness to defeat them, but they have those sort of homing spores of stuff, and they can move awful fast. And when those things come right in close, they do an awful lot of damage. So trying to shoot our things through them, they also regrow themselves, which is a giant pain in the bum. Damn it, asteroid, that is not helpful. So if we can continue outlaying damage on these ships, then they're going to have to spend their energy, to recharge themselves or regrow themselves. But it also means that we're not actually winning the battle. Fortunately, they do tend to be fairly slow in recharging their batteries. They're clearly looking for... ooh, so close. They're clearly looking for, oh no, opportunities to shoot at us a substantial amount. Trying to get some lateral shooting happening here so that I don't... Alright, that's another one landed. Think this might get it. Oh no, we missed. They're going to regrow again, so they need a full batch of energy to regrow. So really part of the trick comes down to keeping the damage consistent, which we're really not doing well here at the moment. The faster the ship moves, the less likely we are to hit it. Oh, they've slung themselves around the planet there, which is possibly actually going to help us. Because if they can't escape, no, they did get away. Then sometimes you can actually end up with a Mycon getting sucked into a gravity well. Ah, these damn asteroids. It's so frustrating when these homing missiles don't quite make it. I think they're not quite long enough to reach a full diagonal on the screen, so that's a drag. So they've now more or less put themselves back up to full health. So we're going to have to do this all over again. And the closer we get, the harder it is to get a turning arc that works. We certainly don't want to end up too close to them, or they're going to be shooting us a ton. Okay, just one more will do it. Come on. Yes, finally. Well done, Wu. We've got one more of them to go. And of course, now that they're not injured, they're going to be shooting a ton of stuff at us. If we can keep them in that taking damage loop, then we'll probably be okay. Come on. That angle is good. We're not really moving a lot. So every time we fire, we're good to go. That was handy. And we did it. How much do we get for that? So almost as much as a whole Salandro. We did lose Kirk again. That might have been at a different time stream, but hey, that is how Star Trek rolls. So they're all chasing us now, which I guess is understandable. Oh boy, they're really not happy with us now. So we're going to do a little bit of kiting here. So we want to try and get to that inner planet. Super duper unhappy folks right now, though. So let's try to be sneaky about this. Zoom ourselves into this central planet so that we can have the talkies that we need. I'm assuming it's going to be the main planet. Indeed it is. I sure hope we don't end up in this fight. That's what the save game is for. Juffo-Wup is all omni-existent, spreading and changing the non into Juffo-Wup. You are the non who must become Juffo-Wup or void. We are the agents of Juffo-Wup. We are the Mycon. Cool. Heh. Enos fungus, that would be fun to say out loud, and I just did. But let's start with something a little more appropriate. What can you tell me about your species? Our bodies seethe with the passion of our genes. 1,000 of your species do not possess the richness in one of my cells. Sure. Hey, let's be friends. I feel with my parents. I am they are us, then and now. Sure. We have come to your homeworld to seek our truce. The deep children are part of Juffo-Wup, home builders. The dwellers in the... You impede the flow of Juffo-Wup through the universe. We will now remove this clog. We will now aid Juffo-Wup by eliminating you. Uh-oh. That's a bad time. Because I believe there are infinite of them. Let's get straight into it. Whoops. Let's get straight into it with the dank. So the Mycon are capable of getting hit by their own blasts, which is certainly fun if you can manage to get it to work. They also have a bit of a turning arc problem as well. Whoops, that hurt. Oh, come on. Please just let me hit them. Just want to hit them. Get that closing distance. Ow. I don't like you. I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. One down. Who's next? So there's kind of forever of them. But it'll be fun to see how many of them we can take down. Get ourselves a bit of a direct shooting. So we don't want to be right in the maw of a Mycon, because then they can hit you fairly reliably. But if you are in a more maneuverable ship and you can get right behind them, it can be interesting. Ooh, that rechargey shooty time is quite nice. At the very least, this is getting me more used to shooting and controlling the dank. So we certainly copped a shot there. If we get another one of those, I think we're done for. Yeah. Who's next? There's so many of them. What we might have to do... Ooh, I think we're done for now. What we might have to do is take that reload and perhaps try moving back to a different... That's a cool tune. Try moving back to a different part of the galaxy and maybe tell people what we've discovered at these systems that we have visited. So let's just load up our game in now, and we might make a start at that. It's probably worth looking and seeing if the Pekunk are moving again. They're not, or at least not at this point. So who can we go and talk to about the Mycon? Well, it really could be anyone. It might just be worth visiting a system on the way home back to Sol, because we nearly have a full complement of stuff. Maybe we can learn more back there. And we are going to have to head back towards the Pekunk soon, I assume. Ur-Quan has a unique name, so that sounds like a place that's perhaps worth visiting. Fortunately, zipping past there without anything charging directly at us. Didn't think that one through. So let's at least make our way to that star system and see what's waiting there for us. Gonna have to... Oh no, we got sucked into an encounter. That was clumsy of me. I was looking at the wrong part of the screen. It's a Slylander again. That's fine. We'll just get this out of the way and collect some more resources. Quite fine with doing that. Go team! More money! Yay! Delicious resource units. Let's continue. Back to the star map. And onwards to Ur-Quan. There's something coming at us from directly ahead, so we'll just try and... That's another Slylander, I think. If it is, we'll just gather some more units. Good times. Come on, Clapton, you can do it. I believe in you. Got them with 2 of our hits there, so that's always fun. Yep, give me all those things. And I believe this is Ur-Quan up here. Whee! Yes, it is. There's only a couple of planets here. Let's have a quick squiz and see what we can see. Anything here, Ur-Quan? Anything cool? An attritic world. Couple of reasonable deposits of stuff there. I like it. Collect all the things. We must be getting close-ish to full. I don't know how much of that is useless garbage, of course, but we're going to head back to Sol anyway. Ur-Quan 1, also known as a Selenic world with pretty much nothing on it. Beautiful. All right, let's plot a course for... Actually, just wait a minute. Let's have a look at our manifest. And we'll have a look at our cargo. We've got 19 bio. It's not an awful lot. We do have 506 common things, though. We might actually just... Oh, good grief. It's going to take an awfully long time to get rid of all of those. You know what? It's almost more trouble than it's worth. In fact, it is more trouble than it's worth. So let's not worry about that. We will go to the star map. This one's on the way. Gamma Mensae. Let's start heading towards that. We're not going to have any fuel problems, but that is all the time we have for this part of the Let's Play. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and please tell a friend if you think they might enjoy this. And come back again soon for more Star Control 2.